So the word problem says that Todd kicked a ball from the ground. The ball's height, which is in h in feet, can be modeled by this function. So that's the path the ball took after he kicked it. The t stands for length of time in seconds that it's been in the air. Michael also kicked a ball. Here's that function for the path of his ball. So it's asking who kicked it higher and by how much. So if you could picture the path of a ball, so if they both kicked it, and we're wanting to know who kicked it higher, what part of the graph do we need to know? What's this point called? Did someone say it? No. Vertex. Right? That shows the height, because that's the highest point of the path. Anybody remember a formula from yesterday that would help you find the vertex? Yep. So you're going to need to write this down probably. The axis of symmetry formula is negative b over 2a. So that will tell us the x value, and then we'll plug it in to get the y value. So what we're about to do is a lot of what we did yesterday. So if it didn't make sense, hopefully it will today. Go ahead and grab a calculator because you're definitely going to need one to type this in. So I'm going to do Todd first. So negative b over 2a is what we're plugging into. So negative b on Todd's, that's this one, would be what number? 64 is the b, so it's negative 64 over 2 times a. What's a in this one? Negative 16. Okay, so on the top, we're just going to leave that the same. On the bottom, you need to multiply that. And then divide. What's negative 64 divided by negative 32? Positive 2. So what do you think we just found? 2 what? Any idea? Nope. Remember, AOS equals. So the x in this situation is actually t's. What did t stand for? Time. So this would be 2 seconds. So it took 2 seconds for the ball to reach its maximum height. Is that what it asked for? Did it say how long?
No.
Said who kicked it higher. So does time help?
No.
No. But we're going to plug this in because this is part of the vertex. So if we plug in 2 seconds back up here into the equation, if we say, okay, if t was 2, that's when it reached the highest, then it will tell us what the highest point was. So we're going to plug back into this equation. So h of 2 equals, this is where you'll probably need a calculator, negative 16 times 2 squared plus 64 times 2 plus 3. So what is 2 squared? 4. And if you want to type this whole thing in, if you have a calculator, you can type it all in at once. But I'm just going to do it by hand. So 2 squared is 4 times negative 16. Negative 64, right? 64 times 2 would be 128 plus 3. So when you add all this up, that'd be 64 plus 3, 67. Anybody else get that? Yeah. Okay, so this is Todd. Now we need to do the same exact thing for Michael. Are we good with that before we do Michael's? Okay. So Michael, same formula. Negative b over 2a. So back up here is his equation. So what's the b? 72, right? Over 2 times a, which is negative 16. So negative 72 over negative 32. Can someone divide that for me? Okay. So again, that's not the answer we're looking for. It took his ball 2.25 seconds to reach the maximum height. So now we need to plug that in and see what the height was after 2.25 seconds. So we're going to plug it into this equation. H of 2.25 equals negative 16 times 2.25 squared plus 72 times 2.25 plus 1. Okay, I can't do this one in my head, so I'm going to need your help. So 2.25 squared, type that in, and then do times negative 16. And tell me what you get there. Anybody have it? 2.25 squared. 82. Did you do negative 16?
Yeah.
Anybody else get something? Or was that your final answer? Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay. Anybody else get 82 for the final answer? You got 81? Two people got 81?
Yeah, I got it.
Another 8? Okay, we'll go with that. You must have just hit something. Oh, for this part? Or the whole thing?
No, for the first part.
Okay.
Negative 81.
Plus, what, 72 times 2.25? $162 plus 1. Okay, so then, oh, were you saying the final answer, Kenzie?
Yeah.
82 is right. Okay, so Michael, his ball went 82 feet. So, that's still not the answer. Look at the question. Who kicked it higher, by how much? So what's the answer? Michael. So there's one answer. By how much? 15 feet. Final answer. So that's kind of a lot of work, and especially if yesterday was confusing, that may not have made a whole lot of sense. So we may need to go over yesterday's lesson, some in resource if you have time, or in class tomorrow we're doing an activity, so you'll have some time maybe in class tomorrow to get some help. We've got a little bit of time now.